Some people think it's a good thing, and all occultists know that Isaiah and the Bible were written on purpose by people who were trade route people, trade route scribes, etc., that worship the devil. The thought that you would believe them and their despicable preachers and teachers and not me is rather disconcerting, okay? You know them by their fruit. These people were conformist bootlickers. And some people died for their insanity. Many person gets drunk drunk off the blood of the saints, goes nuts and dies for what they think they believe. That means nothing. Mental clarity through Royal African Falcon Martial Arts that led to a bunch of sniveling betas resorting to sabotaging me, hiding from my arguments. If so right you people are, why do you hide? Why do you hide tail tucked like the Israelites that ran from Goliath? Can all of them claim to be David? No. Can all the Israelites who ran from Goliath claim to be David? No. Can all of the Israelites who ran from the Goliath, tail tucked, thoroughly disgraced, claim to be David? No. Did they by themselves conquer the challenge? No. Moses led the Jews. David led the Jews. Okay? They didn't lead themselves. Show me the point in the Bible where the Jews, it doesn't happen. I am the king. You are rebels. What don't you people get? And I'm the last king ever. That's the divine verdict. One of the most important things I have ever said and ever will say is I am the last king ever. You treacherous, treacherous peoples. Anyway, so where are we? Isaiah 44. Israel the chosen. All who make idols are nothing, and the things they cherish are worthless. People who speak up for them are blind and ignorant to their own shame. Craftsmen who make false kings, social controllers, idols, false scales, etc., let them come together and take their stand against God, as they are mere humans that will be brought down in shame. Okay, and they're kind of acting like pathetic frat-like guys, arrogant guys, privileged ninnies. Okay, they're token minority servants, and all who serve their cowardice instead of obeying God through me. Okay, they live in shame, they'll be brought down to shame, and they'll go to the essence of shame and betrayal and rebellion against God, which is extreme punishment. Okay, what you see here is nowhere near as ferocious and as serious and as deadly as the core of my spirit is. There's no words for how much all who don't obey God through me are going to suffer in their offspring. No words. Okay? You've been warned a million times over. In different movies, there's different hints of warnings. In different experiences in your life, in different holy books and so on and so forth. Don't be evil. You've been warned again and again and again. Okay? Extreme punishments awaits. You people scoffed at God. You mocked God in your various ways. What the hell do you think happens to you idiots? What do you think you're gonna get rewarded when you die? I mean, think about it. I have to explain this. Stupid. You people are stupid that it comes to me having to explain this to you fucking idiots. Anyway, let them take their stand against God. They are mere humans that we brought down to terror and shame. Too terrified to man up. Look how people are acting these days. Arrogant, white, racist, corporate people. Sniveling token minorities. Just weirdo, sissy, effeminate, just cowards as far as the eye can see. Afraid to do what causes someone to be a coward? Because they're afraid to man up and obey God. Brutes on steroids, knucklehead gym weirdos, flexing in Speedos and shit. Just cowards, cowards, cowards. Military people refusing to admit that it's a coward act to serve the most corrupt country in the world, okay, with the upper hand, right? With the technological upper hand. It's fucking pathetic, okay? Yes, craftsmen are evil too. 45, Cyrus, okay? Cyrus was called to subdue kings, to strip kings of their armor, to break down gates, to open doors that won't ever be shut, and so on and so forth. God marshaled the starry hosts. Okay, and it talks about how the tall Sabaeans. Now remember, are they talking about some greedy banker Jew? No. Are they talking about Israel? No. Are they talking about the masses of Jews in America that refuse to obey God through me? No fucking way. Not for a single moment was God talking about rewarding you rebels. If you want to be a good Jew, obey God through me. If not, shut the fuck up about God. Shut up about martial arts. Shut up about love and marriage. Stop reproducing. Okay? If you don't know that, you're one stupid fuck. I gotta explain this shit. Anyway, where was I? 46. Baal bows down, Nebo stoops low.
Idols are born of beasts of burden. Okay, they cannot rescue themselves or the burdens, and then they're carried off into captivity. Okay, I bring God's righteousness near. His salvation is not delayed. Salvation of Zion and splendor of Israel. Okay, the Israel for people who are righteous, not for you who want to obey God through me and people who live after I die. Okay, so that's part of the confusion. They put things in a way that Luciferians can pretend that they're right with God and that they've established things in this world in God's name. And you see all kinds of weirdos like Trump, and Israel collaborating together and arguing that they're holy or something. It's fucking stupid. Anyway, 47, the fall of Babylon. Virgin city Babylon, sit in the dust without a throne. No more will you be called tender or delicate. Lift up your skirts, bare your legs, wade through streams. Take millstones and grind flour. Your nakedness will be exposed, your shame uncovered. I will take vengeance and spare no one. Sit in silence, go into darkness. Okay, so Babylon also includes Israel. It's the world system, okay? And they're following the people that Israel followed, which is these cult guys, these mages, these sages, these governing class guys, okay? These false idols, these false leaders, these leaders who make mistakes, right, and control reproduction and so on and so forth. Horrible, horrible people. Okay, they sit in silence, they go in darkness because God is not hearing them. He doesn't care about their prayers. Their prayers are detestable. I'm the intermediary. If anyone hears your prayers, it's me, and I punish you for them. Okay, God was angry, because you're not obeying God through me. The prayers of the wicked are detestable. God was angry with people, with people, and gave them into Babylon's hands. She said, "I am forever the eternal queen." You didn't reflect on what might happen. You don't have foresight or insight. You're a lover of pleasure, lounging in your own in your security. She said, "I am, and there is no one like me. I will never be a widow or suffer the loss of children." Okay, but they're all the walking dead. Babylon, in spite of her potent spells and sorceries, her wisdom and knowledge misleads her. Now, and it says, perhaps if you use your spells or your astrologers and stargazers, that you can save yourselves and cause terror and achieve something, and she can't. Okay. Babylon's system, the kings of Babylon, the scales of Babylon, right? It's kind of, the military is a priceless example. So are the police, that kind of shape. They take that kind of craftsman shape, the gun shooting shape, technology, Nebo, scribes, scientists, stargazers, right? It's these people that try to mislead you and say we're in charge and we know what we're talking about, when they're blind guides, they're fools, they're idiots. Okay, 48, stubborn Israel. The neck muscles are iron, your forehead bronze. Okay. They're likely to follow craftsman images. They're mere wooden and metal gods, is how they're referred to, right? People who pursue science and emptiness. Okay, there's gimmicks that they use. God told these things far long ago through nature. Stubborn Israel is a rebel from birth. Okay, and God delays his wrath not to completely destroy you, so he allows a few people to slip through the cracks, was the idea. And it seems like no one was obeying God through me. So it's just me and my parents. But anyway, the idea was also to refine those people like me, so they stayed the course. Okay, now, people who weren't loyal to God, basically nobody was supposed to reproduce, okay, but the Royal African Falcon top martial art line. And as people have a chance to redeem themselves every generation, people failed, right? Bread, be red, right? It's right there in their own wordplay. And these were some of the main colonists, were the English, the British, what have you, that took over the world. Anyway, for my own sake, I do this. I will not yield my glory to another. God teaches you what is right for you and leads you in the way you should go, directs you in the way you should go. Okay, so what part of why I'm here, one can argue the main reason I'm here is to direct you in the way you should go. Say, don't reproduce, obey God through me. Don't reproduce, no matter what. Get your tubes tied up, fucking abortions if you have to. It's disgraceful to have to resort to that, but if you have to resort to that, fine. Okay, and sometimes you have to resort to that because you got raped or something, but, don't reproduce no matter what. No matter what, obey God through me, rally to me, and obey God through me. That is the way you should go. Okay, no matter what happens to me, that is the way you should go. If I go into a fucking coma in the hospital, your orders are to stop eating and stop fucking drinking and to sit outside the hospital or in the room or wherever you can, as close as you can, and to pray to God for forgiveness until you drop over fucking dead. Under no circumstances should you do what you think you should do, or should you do what other people tell you to do. Okay? Other than me, obviously. All right. Now, why did it come to this? because their extreme evil stance, their extreme dishonor, their extreme war against God led to these orders. A divine verdict is on the mouth of a king. His mouth, lips of the king, his mouth should not err in judgment. He should not err in judgment, right? Proverbs 16:10. All right, so 49, the servant of the Lord. We'll have to end